What happens when nations attempt to replicate the Filipino edge but fail spectacularly? From world-class hospitality to global outsourcing dominance, many countries have tried to emulate the qualities that make Filipinos stand out. Some have developed training programs, others invested heavily in infrastructure, and a few even attempted to adopt Filipino work ethics. Yet despite these efforts, their attempts often fell short. What exactly makes the Filipino workforce so unique? Why do so many countries struggle to match their success in skilled labor, nursing, and entertainment? The answers may surprise you, especially number 2 and 5. Number 10. India's struggle in the cruise industry. India aspired to dominate the cruise industry, believing it could challenge the Philippines' stronghold on global hospitality. Thousands of Indians were eager to work on luxury cruise ships, prompting the government to develop training programs aimed at preparing the workforce for international hospitality roles. However, these initiatives lacked proper structure and industry-specific training, leaving many Indian workers unprepared for the demanding standards required at sea. Language barriers became another major hurdle, impeding smooth integration with multinational teams. Additionally, the absence of government-backed training institutions further weakened the country's efforts. Unlike the Philippines, which has hospitality schools producing world-class professionals, India's decentralized training approach led to inconsistent skill levels among applicants. As a result, Filipino hospitality workers continued to be the top choice for global cruise liners, while India's attempt to penetrate the industry quietly faded. Number 9. Indonesia's challenge in the maritime industry. Indonesia sought to rival the Philippines' maritime dominance by establishing its own certification programs, envisioning a future where Indonesian seafarers could secure high-paying roles on international vessels. From the outset, problems emerged. Indonesia's certifications were not aligned with global standards, diminishing their value in the international shipping sector. Major maritime authorities were hesitant to recognize Indonesian training programs, making it difficult for their seafarers to land competitive jobs. Additionally, weak government oversight and minimal investment in training facilities resulted in a workforce that was not equipped to meet international demands. Meanwhile, the Philippines maintained its lead with globally respected maritime institutions, keeping Filipino seafarers in high demand and leaving Indonesia struggling to keep up in a field it once hoped to lead. Number 8. Cambodia's failure in ESL education. Cambodia aimed to become a global hub for English language instruction, hoping to compete with the Philippines' dominance in ESL English as a second language education. English centers rapidly appeared across the country as part of this ambitious plan. However, a significant issue was the shortage of qualified teachers. Many instructors lacked formal training, which led to subpar educational experiences for students eager to improve their English. Outdated teaching methods only compounded the problem, failing to engage modern learners. While global demand increased for interactive and practical learning techniques, Cambodian ESL centers lagged behind. Without skilled educators and effective systems, students struggled to achieve fluency, thereby limiting their job prospects in call centers and multinational companies. By contrast, the Philippines continued to flourish with highly trained ESL professionals and innovative teaching strategies. Cambodia's dream of becoming an ESL powerhouse quickly dissipated. Number 7. Laos failed medical tourism aspirations. Laos looked to capitalize on the booming medical tourism industry flourishing in the Philippines, with hopes of capturing a share of the market. The concept was straightforward: develop world-class healthcare facilities to attract international patients. Yet the plan encountered serious setbacks. Laos lacked modern hospitals and up-to-date medical equipment, making it nearly impossible to compete with established healthcare hubs. Even efforts to train healthcare professionals were hindered by certifications that were not recognized internationally. Foreign patients seeking high-quality yet affordable care were unconvinced that Laos could match the standards of top Philippine medical institutions. The absence of trust proved fatal to their ambitions, and the country's medical tourism efforts failed to take off. Meanwhile, the Philippines retained its position as a go-to destination for medical tourists thanks to its advanced hospitals and highly skilled medical professionals. Number 6. Pakistan's outsourcing industry struggles. Pakistan aimed to rival the Philippines in the business process outsourcing BPO industry. The potential was enormous, but the challenges were even greater. A major problem was the instability of electricity and internet infrastructure. Frequent power outages disrupted operations, making international clients hesitant to invest. Unlike the Philippines, where BPO hubs offer stable and dependable facilities, Pakistan could not guarantee consistent service. Language was another key obstacle. Many Pakistani call center agents struggled to develop a neutral English accent, a vital requirement for international outsourcing. This language barrier made it difficult to secure high-value contracts. Without strategic investments and focused workforce development, Pakistan failed to gain significant traction in the BPO sector. Meanwhile, the Philippines continued to dominate as the world's leading outsourcing destination. Number 5. Malaysia's entertainment industry challenges. Malaysia attempted to produce internationally recognized artists, inspired by the global success of Filipino performers in music and film. The goal was to establish a competitive entertainment industry capable of thriving on the world stage. However, cultural versatility posed a major challenge. Filipino artists are renowned for their multilingual abilities and adaptability across global markets, while Malaysian artists often struggled to break international barriers. Furthermore, Malaysia lacked the industry connections that the Philippines had cultivated over the years, including partnerships with Hollywood and global entertainment networks. These relationships helped Filipino talents gain worldwide exposure. Malaysia's efforts to create global superstars fell flat, reinforcing the dominance of Filipino entertainers on the global scene. Number 4. Timor-Leste maritime training problems. Timor-Leste tried to follow the Philippines' example by developing programs to train maritime workers. Unfortunately, it lacked the necessary infrastructure and expertise. Training schools were underfunded and failed to meet international standards, leaving graduates ill-prepared for careers in global shipping. The absence of bilateral agreements with major maritime nations further restricted job opportunities for its seafarers. In contrast, Filipino seafarers benefited from established global networks and internationally trusted certifications. Timor-Leste ended up with an oversupply of underqualified workers who found it difficult to secure placements abroad. Their experience highlighted how crucial proper infrastructure and international collaboration are for success in maritime labor export. Number 3. Mongolia's nursing sector setback. Mongolia attempted to replicate the Philippines' nursing programs but faced several obstacles. The country's harsh climate made it difficult to provide practical training environments that aligned with overseas job conditions. Many Mongolian nurses were ill-equipped for the hands-on demands of international healthcare. Compounding the issue, Mongolia lacked exposure to global healthcare systems and standards. Without partnerships with international organizations or clear migration pathways, Mongolian nurses found it difficult to gain recognition and secure jobs abroad. This highlighted the importance of international integration and real-world training. The Philippines' nursing success stems from its globally accredited programs and strong international partnerships, setting a benchmark that Mongolia could not meet. Number 2. Thailand's outsourcing challenges. Thailand aimed to replicate the Philippines' BPO success by promoting its own outsourcing sector, but it quickly encountered major roadblocks. The most significant barrier was the language gap. Thai workers had difficulty mastering the neutral English accents preferred by international clients, which made competing in the global outsourcing market more difficult. Additionally, Thailand's outsourcing efforts relied heavily on the domestic market, limiting international competitiveness. Unlike the Philippines, which established itself as a global leader in BPO services, Thailand's inward-focused approach kept its industry from scaling internationally. Without tailored infrastructure and a globally fluent workforce, Thailand's attempt to emulate the Filipino outsourcing model fell short. Number 1. Maldives' workforce limitations. The Maldives tried to adopt the Filipino model of exporting skilled labor but faced unique limitations. One major challenge was the country's small population, which restricted the number of workers it could send abroad, minimizing its impact on global labor markets. Unlike the Philippines with its vast pool of skilled professionals, the Maldives struggle due to a lack of diversity in skill sets. Many Maldivian workers lack the specialized training and certifications necessary to qualify for high-paying jobs overseas. These limitations made it difficult for the Maldives to compete globally. The experience underscored the critical importance of workforce size and diversity in successful labor exportation. The Philippines, through sustained investments in training programs and with a large, adaptable workforce, continues to lead the world in skilled labor export. The Filipino workforce is irreplaceable. The unique combination of skills, adaptability, and global readiness makes the Filipino workforce the top choice across many industries. To discover where Filipinos are heading next, don't miss our upcoming video, Why the Philippines is the Most Important Country in the World. Subscribe now for more eye-opening insights into the global Filipino journey.